temporarily.
She's going on another vacation.
No, I'm not. I'll be here. She's going on another vacation. So it's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about what happens at closing from a buyer's perspective today. And hopefully we answer your questions. And if you have any more, feel free to email us or contact us. And we're here to help you out as much as we can. So Claire's going to start us off, I think.
Yeah.
And then I'll see if I can wrap up.
So you might or might not know this, but I ran Pinto Coast this weekend, which is an insane relay race, 199-mile relay race. And obviously you guys all are familiar with a relay race. You hand off a baton, but this is actually just a slappy wristband. The closing process is much like a relay race.
It is. And you're slapping bands on for people the whole way through.
So at the end, it gets really frantic, especially on the buyer's side. And so normally in a perfect world, what would happen is the buyer's lender gets their documents to the title company
well in advance of closing, at least 2 weeks in advance, ideally.
Never happens. It's
You're-
usually 12 hours before closing.
But your lender's
In
going to be
real life.
asking for them 2 weeks prior to that. No. So that's about right. You're getting final documentation in as quickly as you can before the closing date. So let's say your closing date is September 1st. The lender is going to be hopefully sending your file to final underwriting a week before that date, ideally 3 to 5 days before that date.
This is a perfect world.
This is a perfect world. Real estate is never a perfect world. But let's go with the perfect world today.
Sure. Sounds great.
So say you get all your paperwork in, all your documentation in. Now take it from there, sis.
So they're going to send you what's called a closing disclosure. It's going to show you the breakdown of your payment, how much money you have to bring in to close, all of that stuff. The details of the loan, what your interest rate is, if you can prepay it, all that fun stuff. You have to sign that, and you have to wait 3 days before you can sign your documents after you sign your closing disclosure. So
your closing disclosure is going to come to you from your lender. You're going to sign off on it. And then once that's signed within 3 days, your loan documents are going to be sent to the title company. We use a title company here in Oregon. Not all states do, but that's part of the process here. So your loan documents get sent to the title company. The title company contacts your buyer agent, one of us, and the buyer at that same time to schedule a signing.
Yep. It's about an hour long.
It is.
You got about this much paperwork to sign.
Your hand will be tired. You'll be like, I can't sign anymore.
And it's mostly disclosures for the lender. It's mostly, you're not going to sue us because you didn't make your payment and we reported you late to the credit bureau. You're not going to sue us because you got a copy of your appraisal.
And here's your interest rate. Here's your taxes. Here's your insurance. Here's your monthly payment. Over and over and over again. You sign that in multiple forms, just acknowledging that you essentially know what you're signing. And then they give you like a 4-page document of 30 years of payments. How much are you paying in full? And what does that look like? People get that and they're always like, oh, let's sign that quick and not look at it. So
an amortization schedule.
That's the amortization.
It's like
schedule.
our jail time.
It is. And then once all that's signed, we attend your signing typically with you. And
It's about an hour long usually.
And we finalize any questions. And then typically your closing, I mean, we do same day signings, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
Those can happen with cash. They very rarely happen with a finance purchase. So within 2 or 3 days of your signing or closing means the money has been sent from your lender to the title company. The deed has transferred into your name. The seller no longer has that property under their name, and you technically, unless it's been negotiated otherwise, can get your keys by 5 p.m. that day.
Yep, exactly.
You might want to talk about like a rent back period that often happens, or no?
Do we want to talk? I don't think
No.
we want to
Okay.
talk about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the money goes back and forth. One other thing that you should know that can be super frustrating that most people don't understand: wire transfers of money. So your lender is literally wiring the money to the title company, and then you're probably dropping off or wiring money to the title company too. all wires are based on East Coast time. So on the West Coast, our cutoff for wires is like 2:00.
Yeah.
So all of this stuff has to happen within the first like 6 hours of business. And if they don't, then your closing date's going to be pushed back another day. So,
and that wire that you're sending is essentially your down payment and your closing costs with your lender. And just something to be aware of that I have seen happen in the past with numerous people is you get your wiring instructions from the title company for that final wire. You set it all up with your bank, you sign off on it, and one digit's wrong with the wiring instructions, and the title company will be like, don't have the funds, don't have the funds, don't have the funds. Everybody's scrambling, where is the money? And then you realize something, just one digit was off on the wiring instructions. So that's something to always check for and be aware of. And then we get you your keys. So we go to the property and we get the keys from the lockbox usually, or from the listing agent. And then we often meet our buyers at the property or over a cocktail or whatever they want to do to celebrate this exciting moment. And we hand the keys over and you're officially able to access the property.
that's the really fun part.
It is the most fun for sure. So I think that's probably, I mean,
That's
there's
pretty darn close.
lots of different other components, but
There are so many other components. Oh my God.
but that's what we handle. And you like rest your head at night knowing that we're managing it.
The one other thing I'll tell you that happened recently that is super important, just for you guys to know. Make sure if you're wiring funds, you double, triple check with the title company. I just had one recently where we got an email saying, oh, hey, the title company changed the wiring instructions.
Oh, right. Wire fraud.
Not true. So wire fraud is so prevalent right now that they can get, I mean, think about it. They can literally get hundreds of thousands of dollars in the snap of in the click of a button. So we make sure that you have the correct wiring instructions. But yeah, if you ever see an email from anyone else saying that they're one of us, don't
And
do it.
typically all the title companies that we're working with around here are sending those through a secure link. So if you get an email through your inbox that says wiring, it looks fishy in any way, contact us or contact the title company because it's happening all the time. Yeah, it's a big deal. Yep. It's always good
We'll
to
see you
next week. Thanks for listening. Send us more questions and inquiries. We're here for you. Take care.
Yep. Have a great day.